My name is Chris. I'm from Manchester, just south of Manchester in the UK. I was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer in April 22, so just over 4 years ago. And I was given 6 to 12 months to live. Thankfully, I found a book written by Jane McClelland called How to Starve Cancer. So I adopted a metabolic approach in addition to conventional treatment for 4 years. 4 years ago, 6 months ago, I made the mistake of going on a trial in England, which went wrong. And I had to come off the trial quite quickly. I was put on a very high dose of steroids, which from September to December last year turbo boosted my cancer. In December, on December the 22nd, 2025, I was told by my oncologist in Manchester that they had no more treatment for me and that all they could do was send me home with lots of morphine and fentanyl, and basically they sent me home to die. Thankfully, the following day, I get a phone call from Jane McClelland, who wrote the book that I referred to earlier, How to Starve Cancer. And she told me that I must get in touch with Dr. Slocum of the chemotherapy centre in Istanbul immediately. So she arranged for a call with him the following day, Wednesday, the 24th of December. And he told me to get on a plane straight away on the Sunday, the 28th of December. At that stage, I couldn't walk. My wife had to push me in a wheelchair to get onto the plane. I was in a really bad way and full of morphine. I arrived here in Istanbul, met Dr. Slocum, and the first thing he said to me was that we need to get you off the morphine, which after 1 or 2 weeks, I was completely off the morphine, and I then followed his procedure for the following 3 months, which involved hyperbaric oxygen therapy, intravenous vitamin C, along with small doses of chemotherapy, and the hot box, as we call it, where they heat your body to a certain temperature whilst giving you all this intravenous goodies that make you better. I have to say that after 3 months, we then had our first PET scan, which was miraculous. It was truly remarkable. A PET scan shows how active your cancer is, and at the time I had 10 tumours in my body. The biggest one at the bottom of my spine was 7 centimetres by 4 centimetres, which had caused so much pain for the previous 6 months prior to arriving in Turkey. The PET scan showed there was no activity in 9 out of the 10 tumours in my body, that all the tumours had shrunk in size, and that the only one that had some very small activity was the one that was left in my neck. I have to say that we came out of the meeting, both my wife and I, and were very emotional. We couldn't believe how miraculous this treatment had been in the 3 months. I'm now going through a period of another 3 months, not quite as intense as the first period. I come every 2 weeks for 3 days. I'm halfway through, and I'm looking forward to continued success. I feel fantastic. I feel a different person from when I arrived. Istanbul itself is fantastic. I've been here a number of times prior to coming to the clinic. So I did all the tourist sites years ago. We've played plenty of golf in Turkey and Antalya. The one thing my oncologist told me in December was that I would never play golf again. Dr. Slocum said to me that before I'm finished, he's going to challenge me to a game of golf. And I will most certainly look forward to doing that in one of the most remarkable, wonderful resorts that they have in Antalya with in the sunshine later this year. So my experience of the clinic, the staff, they're all wonderful, caring, compassionate, and remarkably well trained. You couldn't be safer. In fact, I probably feel safer in Istanbul than I do in Manchester. So I would recommend this clinic to anybody that is in the same position that I was. Stage 4 cancer can be cured. There is hope, and here is the place that can cure you.